Alright, boys, we're back. Let me turn the mic down a little. That should be good. Okay, video number 3 for the YouTube. Today was definitely better than yesterday, but not something that I'm extremely happy about. We're break even on the day. Should have been green, should have been decently green today. Took one loss. First trade was a loss. Should have been break even or like a winner even. Second trade was break even. And third trade was a winner that I probably could have gotten out a little sooner and made a little bit more, but it was a winner nonetheless. Kind of a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So not terrible, but not great either. So these were the trades. I didn't really have a bias this morning just because we had NFP and this NFP wicked kind of all of our liquidity in the local range. So I was kind of just playing off the data wicks, and we immediately pumped it open to take the high, and then we took this external high on NQ. Let's see where that is. Right here. We took this external high, and so that kind of made me bearish, and ES didn't, so there was a SMT as well. So I was looking for shorts, and then we just kind of died because of consumer sentiment, I think it was. I mean, we dropped like fucking 300 points almost in one move. So that kind of made me question what we were going to do today. It was just a tricky day in general. Nothing really going, and I kind of forced some trades. There was nothing A+, and I took trades anyway, and I think that's something that I want to go over in this video and just kind of talk through. Is I just need to stick to my A+ setups and be okay with taking one trade or two trades a week and missing. I'm working on being okay with missing like A setups and B setups that play out anyway, and that's just like a difficult thing for me to process, because it's like I know where the draw is and I know where the market's gonna go, but I miss it because it doesn't give me that A+ entry where it's like so obvious that we're gonna move and we're gonna move right now. And those definitely happen every week. I would say at least once or twice, sometimes 3 times, 4 times, depending on the week. But it's just the hard part is knowing where the draw is and watching it go there and not being a part of the move. Like, I feel like it makes me feel like I am a what would you call it, like a below average trader, or I don't know what I'm doing because I missed the move. Because how would I miss the move if I know where it's going to go, type of thing, you know? So I think that's kind of what I want to touch on is, let me go over the trades first. This was actually a decent trade, but I missed the first entry and then I kind of just chased price. Honestly, this was probably an A+ setup, or I would say this is an A setup, but it's just really missing like an internal SMT, and I think that's something that I could be okay with taking. A to A pluses are kind of what I'm after. Anything below that, like, I shouldn't be touching. So let me just run through this real quick. This bullish gap is an untapped 4-hour that we had that I didn't know was there until I missed the trade. So it's kind of hard to see now, but imagine this 4-hour candle just opened and we wicked down into here. That's what this area is on this first tap right here at 7:13. So right after the first macro. We tapped into this, took out all this sell side. I believe we had an external SMT, but we just didn't have like this internal, which is kind of what I was looking for. But at the time, I didn't know that this 4-hour was being tapped into, or else I would have been more confident with this entry. which would have been right here, targeting this. This is an untapped 5-minute that was created for this whole big move, which I was really confident we were going to see because this was such a quick move that price is going to want to rebalance into that area rather quickly. So this would have been my entry, exit here, and just targeting right here. So it was a 2.74R, which is really what I'm aiming for. And it was just really clean. But I didn't recognize this, and without this, it was just kind of a liquidity sweep, external SMT, and I would have wanted an internal SMT to really validate the move. But I didn't see it. I missed this entry, and I saw the 4-hour was tapped into, like right here. And I could have taken this order block, but I didn't want to just FOMO into this move and just slap longs. Which, I mean, looking back, obviously it would have worked, yeah, but in the moment, I would have been really upset with myself if I did slap longs there and that order block failed and I took the loss. That would have just kind of been an unacceptable loss in my book, so I didn't take it, which is good. It's just kind of unfortunate that I missed this move. And it kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say I forced a long. I did wait for an inverse and it was good. But I tried to squeeze out more than what the market was willing to give me. I tried to hit equilibrium of this price leg from here to here. Let's mark it out. I tried to hit equilibrium here, and I just got kind of fucked. So my thought process going into this trade was try and just squeeze out. If we could hit equilibrium, that'd be great. If not, I'll just trail my stop. And then for some reason, right when we hit this high, I was like, okay, because on the 30-second, let me show you. I was looking at the 30-second, which was my first mistake. Let's see, let's find it here. What time was that? I forgot. 7:30? 7:30. Oh yeah, right here. So it was right here. And right when we hit these highs, I saw that we formed these fair value gaps as well, and my break even was right around here. And so I went to break even, and then I was like, I'm just gonna let it go because this looks really good to see if we can hit equilibrium, and I just got fucking slapped. And I took like a $300 loss, which in the first place should have been a winner because we formed SMT here at the highs. It was a 5-minute imbalance. Like, that's obviously where you take your full position off, and it would have been like a 1-to-1, so I would have been up a couple $100. I think like $400 or $500. So yeah, that was my first mistake. I took an unacceptable loss, really, that at the very least should have been break even, but honestly should have just been a winner. So that's unfortunate. After missing an A+ trade. So I kind of just got emotional a little bit and kept looking for trades, even though today was mid and I should have just gotten off, honestly, at that point. And then this huge candle happened, and that's another sign to just get off, because we're going to chop after, like, what is this, like 100 points in 1 minute? 166 points in 1 minute? That's insane. And then, yeah, I was just kind of chasing price, wasn't looking at the higher time frames, was just kind of playing in this little range. This was a break-even because I went break-even at this internal low. Mid-trade, I thought I could squeeze out a little bit. Couldn't, so that's break-even. I mean, I can't be mad at it, but then again, that's not an A+ setup. That's like a B setup, because we hit, this is the 5-minute right here, this high. So we tapped into the 5-minute. It was decent. There's an argument to say that there was a higher time frame PD array hit with that 5-minute. But I mean, come on, that's just kind of mid. It's at 8 o'clock. It's just like, you know, it's. And that's how I taking those trades when I'm like, oh, fuck it, like, this is kind of good. It has most of my confluences. Let me just slap longs or slap shorts or whatever. That's how I lose those little losses, and they add up. And then I'm just like fighting to make them back with my A+ trades. Whereas I could have just not taken any trades, sat on my hands, been patient, and then waited for that A+ trade, and then all my profits actually count. And I'm green, you know? And that's something that I've been working on, and I was doing a good job of the last couple of weeks, even though we haven't really been getting A+ setups. But I was being patient. I wasn't taking those little losses, and I was doing well, and I was actually having my profits, have like an actual effect on my account balance. And then these last 2 days, I've just shit the bed the last two sessions, which is unfortunate. But I'm learning the lesson. I'm aware of my problem, and now I'm putting it into the universe that I am going to fix it, and I'm going to be better. So this third trade was also mid. It was a little better because we had a fair value gap tap, and I should have, like, this candle spiked up super quick, and I should have just taken profits, but I didn't, and I trailed my stop to this because it was 1-to-1 basically, and it made me a little green. I mean, that's basically break even on a 50K, so I'll take a break even day after this. I'm glad I'm not red, because I just made stupid mistakes. Break even's better than like the down 400 that I was. So yeah, those were the trades. Let's kind of delete some of this mess here. But yeah, it's Friday. I have the weekend to reset and come back in next week with a fresh account. I think the news is kind of weird though next week. Let me look at it real quick. I don't know if this is even going to load because I'm just on a hotspot. We're at the park. Y'all can see. Booyah. In the car. Whip. Okay, let's see. Monday, that's this week. Monday, no news, so not going to be trading Monday. Tuesday, Powell testifies at 7. Oh, a cat. What the fuck? That's kind of mid. Wednesday, CPI, that's cool. Thursday, PPI, that's cool. Friday, retail sales. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are going to be the good days. Tuesday, we might get something. Monday is questionable. I kind of just go into the day not expecting to take a trade unless something super jumps out at me now on No News Mondays. But 90% chance I don't take a trade on Monday or Tuesday probably. I'll probably wait for the end of the week to take any good trades. But yeah, I kind of want to start like a little, I don't know, not documentary, but like, what do you call it? Playlist, journey, just of like a challenge almost, like a 60-day challenge of like continuously sticking to my rules, being patient, and only taking A+ setups. Because I feel like I can tell myself all the time, like, don't take these little losses, and it'll work for a while, and then I'll mess up a little bit, and I just slip back into where I was at before, and I lose all my progress like yesterday. And I just can't keep doing that because over a long period of time, that's just not going to work out, I need to be more disciplined with my rules and with my trades. And I think if I put it out into the universe and I put it on this YouTube channel that I am starting this 60-day challenge, or however long I decide it's going to be, of consistently only taking A+ setups. If I see the draw is whatever high and I don't get an entry, I just need to be okay with missing out on that move. and that's really difficult for me. I think that's one of my main problems. But I think if I can consistently do that, it'll obviously get easier and easier because I'll continue to build confidence within my system and within my model. That's weird. Anyway, I'll continue to build that confidence, and I'll feel less emotions over time. But yeah, I think if I put it onto the YouTube channel and stuff, and I stay consistent with it, that I'll see some good results. Because if I just stick to my A+ setups, I take two setups a week, couple $100 a week here and there, I'm passing the account, I'm getting those payouts. Like, it's inevitable if I stick to my rules and I stick to my super clear setups, because I know that myself as a trader, I know when to take those good setups. They jump out at me. They're super clear. They're super obvious. And then the difference from today, the telltale sign is I was anxious all day, and I was trying to fight the market. I was like, no, don't do this. Like, I want to see you do this, and then form this SMT here and displace, and then I would take a trade. And I was trying to force my will on the market. And just a telltale sign of me slipping into my bad habits is feeling that anxiety and feeling the need to try and tell the market what to do. And that's something that I need to be able to recognize in real time and actually put a stop to, and either just get off the charts completely or be able to reset and come back to the charts fresh. Like, maybe get off for 5 minutes, go outside, or like splash some water on my face and just reset and come back to the market fresh. Because if I don't get that A+ setup, I'm not taking a fucking trade. It should be simple as that. But yet I come into the day and I try to force my will, and then I end up taking mid-tier setups, and I miss the A+ setup because I hesitate, or I'm not locked in enough to see, this untapped 4-hour get filled in, and we displace out of it, form the order block, fair value gap, the whole thing. And so I miss it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I actually really like that idea. Just kind of putting it out in there, having like a, something to keep me accountable. Because, like, if I have a day like this during this challenge, I have to fucking post it on YouTube and be ashamed of it. And that's not something that I like to do. I want to be a man of my word, and when I tell myself that I'm going to stick to something and I'm going to do this challenge and I'm not going to take anything under an A setup, I need to fucking do it. Or else what have I worked for 2.5 years for all of this, if I'm not going to stick to my rules and I'm not going to stick to my word to myself. So yeah, I think that'll be a new thing. That'll be a good thing to start on Monday. I probably won't even trade on Monday, so maybe I'll make a video just going over the market. I don't know. Should I post every day, even if I don't take a trade, and just do like a recap of stuff and the trades that maybe looked decent but I didn't take? That sounds good. What would 60 days from Monday be? Let me look it up. Let's see. That would be 7, 14, 21. That'd be like April 7th would be around 60 days. So first week of April would be the end of the challenge. I mean, honestly, I think that's a really good idea. If I can just stick to this until the beginning of April, basically have all of February, all of March, and the first week and a half of April, I mean, I could be in a completely different situation with my trading. I know I would be in a completely different situation of my trading if I only stuck to my A+ setups, kept my rules intact, was consistent, was disciplined, was patient, sat on my hands when I was feeling anxious, trying to force my will on the market. It's going to be hard. I'm going to have to control myself to a great extent, but I know I can do it. I know I have the willpower. I know I have the technical skill to hold back and know when to actually push the buttons and when not to push the buttons. So, yeah, expect 60 days of consistent uploads Monday through Friday. Maybe I'll do like a weekly review on Sundays or something of the past week. I don't know. I want to be consistent with this channel though, just to have like a nice log. Maybe people will watch it and it'll help them, or I mean, mainly this is just for me to see my progress, but if it can help people along the way, that'd be cool too. So yeah, that makes me, I feel better about today now that I talked about it like this. So yeah, expect to see that in the future. Yeah, I'll see you on Monday. Peace.